What is up, my viewers? Spang here, bringing you another World of Tanks gameplay commentary. This time it is from a person who hasn't sent me in a replay in a while, or rather that's not correct, but it's a replay of someone I have not done a commentary of in a while, and that is Mr. Never Aim. So thank you, sir, for sending in yet another replay. So this round is in his ELC AMX. It is standard battle on part, and as you can tell, it is a tier 7 match with several tier 6s and only a few tier 5s, and he's in his ELC AMX, a tank I played all of 10 rounds in before moving on to the AMX 12 ton, yet I still managed to get mastery badge ace tanker. So anyway, enough of me bragging. The match seems to be fairly even. Number of tier 7s is equal. The enemy team does have a Tiger P, which is one of my favorite tier 7 tanks to play. KV-1S's are potent if they have that big-ass gun, that 122 that does 390 damage at 175 penetration. Now here we go, we have a Panzer III-4, apparently getting the idea he's gonna rush, but the ELC AMXs have quite a different idea for him. Unfortunately, the ELCs do have a long reload time, as you can tell right here. But in case you're wondering why, let me just point that out. Wow! Well played, Mr. Elk. Way to drown yourself. So they have 170 penetration at 240 damage. Very, very powerful for a tier 5 tank. So that is what is up with the long reload. Anyway, number of tier 6s. Pretty even, except the enemy team does perceptively have, they have one more tier 6, so a slight tank advantage going to the enemy team, unless you take into account they have a tier 4 and a tier 2, so I guess it's a fairly even match when you take into account the different tanks. But at the same time, I do prefer a Tiger P and a tier 7 match. I feel like as a Tiger P when I'm playing, I feel like I'm God. I simply just roll towards the enemy team and say, "What are you going to do to stop me?" Oh, Mr. Never Aim taking a very, very good shot right there. That was rather impressive and also rather lucky. Let's face facts here. He had very poor accuracy, and he just took the shot he felt he had, and that's what you got to do sometimes. You got to be willing to miss and pay for that potentially wasted round. But at the same time, you never know if it's going to prove to be worth it, like it was in that case. This T-150 going to die to the high damage gun of the ELC AMX. See, this is why you should fear it. Now, it does function a bit like a tank destroyer. It does not have a full rotating turret, which makes it very strange to use. The fact that you can maneuver around enemies, but you can't really, whew, that was a close one. But you can't turn your gun to shoot them as you run circles around them. So it's definitely a little oddity. But like I said, I played all 10 matches in it, and I got Mastery Badge Ace Tanker, and I liked it a lot. So, Never Aim's team doing fairly well for themselves, only losing 2 tier 5 tanks, the enemy team losing 2 tier 5s into tier 6. So, advantage to his team. He's going to go after this BDR. He's certainly got the pen to kill it, but at the same time, he thinks better of it, considering those KV-1Ss are capable of killing him in one shot. From full health, he can die to a KV-1S. Now, right here, he's taking a risk, and he is basically not giving them an easy shot, moving through all that. T-150, I'm sorry, a T-50, two very, very different tanks. Right there, the BDR completely oblivious to him, the T-50 dying very quickly right after by a KV-1S. That is exactly what I'm talking about. The KV-1S with its average 390 damage. And right here, Mr. Never Aim might get a kill on this ARL V39. Well, he might, no, not quite. He hit for under his average damage. He needed to hit for over to kill it. The KV-1S doing pretty well on health. Mr. Never Aim cannot kill it in one shot. The east flank falling, the west flank, the 1-2 line falling very, very hard. The KV-1 now a one shot for Never Aim, but missing that one shot, unfortunately. The Tiger P is over on the 1-2 line. That would explain why that flank has fallen so hard, because they did not have the support they needed over there. The KV-1S dying to a KV-1S. How appropriate. So the ELC AMX still dead in the water. You know, that's just people driving off cliffs in water. I see it too often. But anyway, Never Aim going over here to get his potentially 4th, 5th, and 6th, and you know, however many kills. He is up to 3 at the moment, so I am optimistic that M2 still alive, surprisingly, playing very cautiously, basically attaching himself to higher tier tanks so the enemy does not prioritize him. Very smart thing to do when you're a lower tier tank, but at the same time, he shouldn't even be in this battle. This M2 going to try and kill Never Aim. Never Aim just skimming him, taking off what health remains. Now, I'm curious. Yeah, that M2 is just attached to a Panther. There is no reason for that at all. But as you can saw, they were battle buddies. The M2 was sticking right next to that Panther tank till the very end, and Never Aim, realizing how bad of an idea it really was to rush over there, quickly retreating to try and take on a KV-1S, which he is very lucky that thing missed him. Well, part luck, part the fact that this ELC AMX is so very low to the ground, just soaring right over his tank. And not only that, it's a fast mover, so it's not exactly the easiest thing in the world to shoot. Now, Never Aim taking a 300 damage shot, very, very nice. That's exactly what he needed to do. That KV-1S dying to a KV-1, and the Tiger P killing a KV-1S. So the enemy really, this T1 apparently feels confident enough to take on ELC AMX. There we go, shot wasted, and Mr. Never Aim, being fully aware that that T1 will load faster than him, moves out of the way. A Panther is coming up on his backside, so he needs to do something, and this is exactly what I recommend, is going around, moving in for the kill. I actually would have tried to do a full encirclement. Here we go. This is exactly what I would have tried to do right here. The T1 getting a shot off for no damage. Never Aim almost loaded, almost up to his 5th kill here, and there we go. Kill number 5. Who says light tanks can't kill things? Really? So the Panther, still a large point of concern, but this match has never been in question of who's going to win. It's only been a question of if Never Aim's going to survive and if he's going to get his top gun. So we'll see. But currently it looks like the Tiger P is trying desperately to get back to his base to reset the capture point. Never Aim kind of recklessly getting through. Oh, there we go. Kill number 6. Thank you, Lord. That's exactly what I want to see. I love it when I see you guys getting awards like Top Gun and the such. So, victory by capture. The last remaining tank is that Tiger P, certainly pulling his weight for his team. 3 kills. All I can say is, sorry, Tiger P, your team didn't pull its weight. Anyway, Never Aim doing very well for himself, doing more than his part as a tier 5 and a tier 7 match. Very rarely do you see the bottom tank end up with Top Gun and being really the MVP of the team. So it's a very good match. 14-5. Well, good for Never Aim and his team. Very, very bad match for the enemy. Anyway, if you like this video, click that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. And if you got a replay, send it to spanglereplays@gmail.com. Email is in the description. And as always, this has been Spang, and I'm signing off.